and welcome back to my channel. So before we get into this video, let's literally appreciate my leggings. I am so pumped. Like, look at how freaking cute these are. And I'm so obsessed, and I've just been chilling in these comfy pants because I have been studying for the fort non-stop. And that is literally what this video is about, how to pass the fort. I have so many awesome tips that I've learned from all my friends who have passed the fort, and I cannot wait to share them with you because literally the more the better. Anyone who's taking this test knows how stressful this test is and how you would literally do anything to have any resource that you can to pass this test. Before I get into this video, I just want to tell you guys right up, I will link everything down below. I want to make this as easy as possible for you to find these resources because honestly, I've done so much research in finding good resources, and my professors have given me great resources, so I want to make this really easy for you. And honestly, share this video with your friends if they are in like the education program with you. I think I have really come together with a great list of resources. So everything will be linked down below for your access. My first tip is reading the book Beating Them All. This was recommended. I actually found this, and then my professors and a lot of my friends talked about this book. And so I know this book is like a hefty kind of like textbooky type of book, but you really only have to read chapter 2, which it is like 90 pages, but it is so worth it because it is talking all about the fort in the second chapter, and everyone who read this said it honestly helped them a lot. And I know if you get this book on Amazon, it's about $30, but it is so helpful, so highly recommend getting this book. So my second resource is typing into YouTube Wendy Gustavel. So she did 4 videos on how to like prep and study for the fort, and I've heard nothing but wonderful things about these videos. I've kind of started and gotten into like the first couple ones. They're all about like an hour, hour and a half. So they are a little bit of a time commitment, but honestly, studying for the fort is a time commitment. So I highly recommend checking this channel out because honestly, some people said that they just studied Wendy's videos like non-stop, and that's how they passed the fort the first time. And so I am looking forward to just writing down notes. I'm almost like writing down notes like the first time through and then going back over the videos. I know it's so much work, but honestly it's hard because I want to know the information and it's hard to like listen to it while taking notes. So I suggest that. For my third resource, I am going to link to, I'm just kind of like reading off my like list. It is called the Wisconsin's Foundation of Reading Test Review. And this is through UW-Madison, and so I will send the link obviously, and you register. You don't have to pay to register. You are then able to do like different modules, and it is super nice because there's videos linked along, and they kind of like test you on each level, and I think there's like 10 modules, I'm not really sure. And so it's really nice because there's like tons of resources like videos, test prep questions, articles for you to read about literacy and reading, and so that's really beneficial. It technically is a course, so I mean, my school didn't do like a course in studying for the prep or studying for the fort, which I know a lot of other schools, they actually like built in a class throughout the semester of studying for the fort, which I think is like literally such a good idea. I don't get why we don't, because I honestly think the passing rate would go way up if we did that, because it honestly is really hard to study for the fort on your own time. So having been given that time in class would have been so beneficial. This is like an online course that I really highly recommend. My next test preparation sites are not sites that I've really checked out yet, and I don't really know anything about, but they are the UW Green Bay online module and the Teachers Test Prep Access RICA materials. And I haven't checked them out, but they're on my list of like really great things to check out for the fort. I think this is like a really great resource that I will link down below if anyone wants to check out. Another huge resource that everyone, aside from Wendy Gustavel's videos, talks about is the Jennifer Yaeger study guide. And so I have it linked. I actually like printed it out. I can't even get this to stand up. I actually have it printed out in a binder. I know that this study guide is pretty long. I think it's about 50 pages, but it's like super nice because then you can like highlight and do anything in your own like guide versus like scrolling online for 50 pages. I honestly think it's so worth it to print it out. People love this, and it like goes over a lot of the things that we worked on in class. So I am in love with it. I've just been studying that like crazy. So I think my top two are kind of like Jennifer Yaeger and Wendy Gustavel on passing this exam and reading the book. Lastly, I am just going to add in a couple more. There was also a practice test including explanations, which I think is so important. I've had like a really hard time finding test prep sites that give me an explanation. My other one is Connecticut Modules, which is basically Connecticut has a site where it just gives you a bunch of questions that you may have not seen in the other resources that I gave you. But the thing I don't like about that is included in the practice test, including explanations, is that the other tests don't give you an explanation on why it's right and why it's wrong. Like, I can see, like, I got it right, but I want to actually know why I got it right and, like, validate my own thinking. And when I get one wrong on one of those things, I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, well, that's the right answer, but I don't know why it's the right answer. And so I feel like in really being able to pass this test, I want to like know why the answer is wrong. When I studied for the praxis exams, I used the dummies like guide, and I did it online, and it would always explain why I got the answer wrong or why I got it right, which was so incredibly helpful. Like, I can't even explain it. And honestly, if you guys want me to make another video on how to pass like the praxis exam, I do have another like list of great examples and preparation materials in order to pass that. So honestly, let me know if you want that. Otherwise, I will link all of these test preparation resources down below. But I am so excited to share these resources because I had such a hard time finding them, and finally having them all together in one place is so helpful. And I honestly wish you all the best of luck on taking the fort. I'm sorry, my voice is just like wearing out. I've been really sick with a cold, so it's been hard to like study for the fort and get ready for it. But it is all coming together, and honestly, if you've taken the fort, let me know down below. And if you have any other great resources, I would love to hear about it because I'm really stressed about taking this test and I just want to do well the first time. So if you guys like this, give it a big thumbs up, and I cannot wait to make more videos for you guys soon. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.